Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the different types of research articles. What are the different types of research articles and what are the different contents it covers? And later on we will talk about one by one and we will have more on the different aspects of the research article writing and their things. If you say the research article, what is its requirement? Why we need to write the research articles? The field of research requires persistence. The most of researchers devote many of their sleepless nights towards the conducting research and documenting results. In the competitive world of academia, you are expected to start publishing early in your career, and many early career researchers are faced on the looming worry to how to publish the journal articles. Although original researchers sometimes takes years to complete, it does not mean you cannot have any publication to your credit till the time you complete your research. There are different types of scholarly literature, so different research articles you can call it. Some of which requires original research categories as primary literatures, and some that are based on the other published works, so that's called secondary literatures. So we will more focus on that one also. It is important to have a clear idea about the different types of articles that you can publish in a journal or different ways. This will help you to understand the way in which you can disseminate your works, identify what kind of articles you can suitable for the study. So, an articles is a written or a work published in a two different forms, that is either print form or in the electronic media in e-forms. These are some of the different types of research articles. It can be original research articles, case studies, case series, short communication, letters, brief communication, we can call it review, mini review, editorial, leaders, perspective, opinion, commentary, book review, conference review. Then we are having historical articles, different type of articles. We will see almost all the different types of articles. These are types of literatures you can classify in two broad classes. Either it will be primary literatures, where articles which requires the original research, means data generated from the experiment or different kind of experimental procedures. And then we are having a secondary literature which does not have the original research but based on the already published research articles. The type of publications are different in different fields. Like in clinical trial is possible only in the field of medicines, where we are talking about the case series or case studies. It's applicable in the case of management, in case of medical fields. uh, Similarly, empirical study is more common in the field of social sciences. It is important to remember that not all journal publishes every kind of articles. Therefore, most journal publishers provides prospectives authors with accurate and specific guidelines for the different articles they publishes. So if you go to the journal's website, there they have mentioned, they are normally mentioning that what are the different types of articles with what are the different types of research paper they publishes. So a specification about the different types of article published can be found under the guideline of the author, or you can call it, it's called as author's guideline or the instruction to the authors, like that one. If you have a target journal in mind, you should check whether the publishers publishes that kind of manuscript you are planning to write. So if you'll see the first, we will go one by one. What are the different primary and secondary? I have already told you it requires the original research informations, and secondary is based on the previously published studies. Primary includes the observation or the comments or the research that are currently being conducted and has not been reported elsewhere, such as thesis, conference proceedings, technical reports, original articles, research articles. Then secondary, normally they are monographs, literature review, review papers, review articles, book review, conference review, and all those things. So when we're talking about the primary original research, these are the detailed studies, reports or reporting the original research and are classified as primary literatures. Uh, Normally, some different journals have different types of nomenclature they are using for original research articles. Like some are calling it original research articles, some are calling it primary research articles, and most common fundamental type of articles. This is the So they normally present the original research studies, including empirical investigations, experimental survey, observation studies. Means whenever whatever the different forms of analysis you are doing, what are the different forms of experiment you are performing. So if your experimental investigated data is going to be included in your paper, this is the primary literatures. This includes normally hypothesis, background studies, methods, results, interpretation and finding, and also have a discussion for the possible implications. Original research articles typically follow the structural formats like that one. They will have abstract, instruction, methodology, results, discussion and conclusion. These research reports on the new discoveries, methodology and theories, providing detailed description of the research design, research collection, data collection and interpretations. The word limitation of original research articles are normally long, and with the word limit ranging from 3000 to 6000 words, and can also go up to 12,000 words in some cases of some journals. These require significant investment of the time, because you have to first perform the experiment, then you can compile those data and then publish it. So normally this is the common form of journal articles, which is called as IMRAD. IMRAD means IMRAD. Introduction, material, methods, results, and discussion. Introductions normally what are the different what are the problem you are going to solve through your experiment or the in your paper. That is normally included in introduction. Material method is called at the way, the process by which you are going to solve the problem. Result is your observation, what you have observed during your experimental processes. And discussion is what does your results mean, where your results exist. So if that was a summary of the IMRAT, if you go in the brief detailed about the IMRAT formats, it does not only contains introductions, result, material methods, and result and discussion, but it also have the title. If you go the detailed form of art journals, you can see it will have a title, then abstract, then introductions, study sites, methods, result, discussion, conclusion, acknowledgement, and references. And these are the things. These are the questions which we are answering in different as parts of the paper. When we are going to talk about the second type of articles, that is case studies, uh, case study or case series. Normally if we will call it a clinical case study, then it will be mainly associated with the medical field, but case study is normally associated with the management also. So the case studies present detailed and in-depth examination of a specific individual's, group, organization's event or phenomena. They provide a holistic and context-specific analysis, often combining qualitative and quantitative data. Case studies are particularly useful in the field of psychology, social sciences, business, whereas researchers seek to explore unique or complex situations and gain insight into underlying process. Case studies typically involve an in-depth description of the case, analysis of the data, discussion of the key finding and implications. But when we are talking about the clinical case studies present the detail of the real patient cases from medical or clinical practices. Uh, in that case, the case presented are usually those that contribute significantly to the existing knowledge of the field. The study is expected to discuss the signs, symptoms, diagnosis, and treatment of the disease. These are considered primary literatures and usually have a word count of similar to that of the original research articles. Clinical case studies requires a lot of practices, experiences, and may not be suitable for the publication for the early career researcher, because you are going to analyze those cases and then you are going to talk about that one. In similar to the case study, we are going to have a specific type of research article, that is called as clinical trials. In case of clinical trials, specific to the field of medicines, clinical trial describes normally the methodology, implementations, and results of the control studies, usually undertaken with the large patient groups. Clinical trial articles are also long, usually of about the same length as the original research articles. Clinical trials also requires the practical work experiences, as well as the high standard of ethics and reliability, because in that case you are going to do the trial for certain medicines, certain kind of molecules, certain kind of vaccines on a certain group of people or the patients. Then we are having a short communications. When we are talking about the short communications, This is also called as a brief communications or the preliminary communications are concise articles that report the significant research finding and observations. They are typically limited in the length because it will not be too long. It will be very concise and focus on a specific aspect of the finding, providing the condensed version of the larger study. Short communication often include the sections such as introduction, methods, results, and conclusion, but with a more condensed form. It is having a very strict word limit, so some experimental details may not be published until the author write the full research articles. Then we are having meta-analysis. Meta-analysis is the secondary literatures. In case of meta-analysis, articles are a specific type of research articles that utilizes the statistical technique to combine and analyze the data from the multiple independent studies. Meta-analysis normally aims to focus on the quantitative synthesis of the available evidence of a particular research topics. They involve a systematic review of the literatures followed by a statistical analysis that quantitatively combines the research. Meta-analysis articles normally include different sections such as introductions, methods, where we are having search strategy and inclusion criteria, then results. Uh, if result contains the needs to be analyzed statistically, then a statistical analysis, discussion, and conclusion. Then we are having the review articles. If we talk about the review articles, this is the second part of the secondary literatures. Review articles provides a comprehensive and critical and constructive analysis of the existing published literature in a field through summaries, analysis, and comparison, often identifying specific gaps or the problems, providing the recommendation for the future researchers. The aim of synthesize and critically evaluate the wide range of studies. Review articles can be either narrative review, which provides a qualitative analysis or and interpretation of the literatures, or the systematic review, which follow a rigorous methodology to identify, select, and analyze studies based on. Review articles often include a clear research questions, literature search strategy, data synthesis, and conclusion based on the reviewed evidences. Review articles can be of three types: literature review, systematic review, and meta review, analysis reviews. These are considered as secondary literature since they generally do not present new data from the experimental works. Review articles can be of a larger length sometimes compared to the original articles. It can go up to 8,000 to 40,000 words depending on the journal to journal. However, most of the journals contain means publishes shorter review also, which contains 3,000 to 5,000 word longer review articles. Then we are having editorial articles. Editorial, you can call it editorial or letter to the editor, which is also secondary literatures. Editorial articles are opinion pieces written by the experts in the field of the editorial board of a journal. They provide the commentary, analysis, and perspective of a particular topic, research area, or recent development in that particular fields. Editorial often reflects on the implications of the research finding, discuss emerging trends, and provide the clinical insight into the issue and controversies. These articles have means help to shape and discourse on the direction of the research in the specific field. Then we are having perspective, opinion, commentary. These are also the secondary literatures. Perspective pieces are a scholarly review of the fundamental concept or prevalent idea in the field. These are usually essays that present a personal point of view to critically analyze widespread notion pertaining in the field. A perspective piece can be a review of a single concept or a few related concepts. These are usually short articles around 2,000 words. Then we are having another type that is called a perspective or the thought leadership articles. That is also secondary literatures. Perspective or the thought leadership articles offer innovative or forward thinking ideas, concepts, and theories related to the specific field of research. These articles aim to push the boundaries of knowledge, challenges conventional wisdom, and proposes a new framework or the paradigm. They encourage readers to think critically and consider alternatively approaches to our perspective. Then we are having commentary or opinion articles. Commentary or opinion articles offer personal viewpoint, perspective, and reflection of a space on a specific topic by a specific person who is maybe expert in that particular field. They provide subjective analysis, critique, or interpretation of existing research or present alternative viewpoint. These articles contribute to a scholarly discourse and stimulate further discussion and debate within the academic community. Then letters to the editor. This is also the secondary literatures. Letters to the editors are very short articles written by readers or researchers in response to the previous published article into that particular journal, where we sometimes we praise to the some of the articles, sometimes we have some additional questions asked to the authors. So letters to the editors normally written to the editor in response to the already published articles. They provide an opportunity for scholarly discussion, critics, or the further exploration of the idea presented in the original articles. Letter to the editor typically include a concise argument or response supporting evidence or data or a conclusion. Then we are having another type that is called the methodology articles. Methodology articles normally focus on the development, validating, and describing research methods, techniques, or tools. They provide the detailed information about the procedures, protocols, instruments, and software used in the research. These articles are valuable for researchers seeking to replicate and adapt existing methods, enhance research rigors, and improve data collection and analysis. Then we are having book review, where we are talking about the critical assessment and evaluation of a specific recently published book which is relevant to the field of study. They provide summary of the book, context, analyze its strength and weakness. Book reviews normally help researchers stay updated on the new publications and make informed decisions about their reading and research materials. Then we are having conceptual or theoretical articles. Conceptual or theoretical articles normally present new theoretical frameworks, model, or conceptualization within a specific fields. These offers a theoretical insight, propose new hypothesis, or provides a synthesis or existing theories. Then we are having historical articles. Historical articles normally explore the historical development, evolution, and context of a specific topic, theory, or phenomenon within the field. They provide insight into the intellectual uh, history of a discipline, trace the original. So these are the roughly different types of articles, but most commonly we are focusing to a specific type of research art. One is original research articles, especially in the case of early career researchers. So whenever we are going to perform some kind of experiment, we publishes our original articles, or if we have collected some information, we have analyzed some kind of literatures, we publishes normally in the form of review articles. So these are the two major classes, but in the late phase of our research careers, we publishes other different types of articles. I have missed one thing, that is the normally similar to book review, we are having a conference review also, where we analyze a conference and publishes and critically analyze the outputs of the conference, and then write a review on the conference. That is called a conference review. So this is all about for today. Hope you understand it. If you have any query, any comments, you can write in the comment box. Next day we will talk about the another topic, that is classification of the journals. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.